Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're really excited because for the very first time we are reviewing Childhood's End, the limited mini-series event on the SYFY channel, and wow, it was really, really good. If you haven't seen episode 1 titled The Overlords of Childhood's End, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Wow, what a great, oh my gosh, it was so good. I've read Childhood's End, the novel. I read it several years ago in college for a science fiction literature class. And the show, this episode, at least so far in the series, it's followed the book pretty closely. Some minor deviations here and there, but it's basically sticking with it really, really well.
And I have not read this book, so I'm the fresh point of view.
Yeah. The main things that I want to talk about in this video is religion and religious imagery and the destruction of religion.
Yeah.
And to the point where the very end of the episode,
yeah,
Krellin reveals himself finally, and he looks like Satan.
Yeah. And what's really interesting about his reveal is he asks, or requests that he is given 2 children to escort him out. And I am sure he specified an age because I imagine once the Overlords took over, religion basically died for the most part. Mm-hmm. Everything was taken care of. So that's kind of a common theme in sci-fi, that once everything's taken care of for us, we no longer need religion, and so it goes away. And so these children were raised without religion, mm-hmm. without being taught to be scared of this image. And so they walk him out, and they're happy and smiling, and all of the adults in the audience are like, holy crap, that's Satan.
What's awesome, though, is they're shocked, but they're not afraid.
Yeah. It's like 15 years was enough for them to maybe, some of them are thinking back on it and they're like, well, maybe, gosh, religion was kind of a little silly. Why was I afraid of,
There's the one character, the female character, she's like the head of this, so still a religion. It's not really a cult. She's just maintaining religion among, people who want to keep it. Yeah,
but even that, like, there's so few people who want to maintain religion that it's a whole bunch of religions. It's not one.
Yeah.
She's like the pastor, priest, whatever of everything, because that's how small religion has shrunk.
Yeah. And she's the only one depicted who is horrified that it is Satan who has made the world a utopia.
Yeah.
Sticking with religious imagery, one scene that I thought was really, really interesting is the scene after Rick has been kidnapped by the Freedom League. There's a scene where Ellie is out and she's basically praying to Krellin.
Yeah. She's speaking to him. If you don't have him, you better bring him back to me.
She's essentially praying, which is another nod that religion in this world of Childhood's End is basically dead to the point now where she's praying to an alien.
Yeah.
And in that scenario, Krellin, he doesn't rescue Rick until the very last possible moment in order to show the world the Freedom League's true colors.
Yeah, he uses it as an example. He's like, Rick had even brought the Freedom League to his attention, like, aren't you worried about this? And he just kind of brushes it off. And this is why. He wasn't worried about it because he had a plan. He knew what they would do. Obviously, this isn't their first world, so he knew what they would do, and he exploited that to his advantage and basically eradicated it.
I do get the sense, and I got the sense in the novel to an extent as well, that humans are much different from any other world they've ever overseen and helped. They might be a little bit more problematic than what they're used to.
Yeah, it did seem a little bit, like he expected a lot of things, but there were still surprises, things that he didn't expect, or things that he thought would die down sooner that didn't. Maybe we just have more oomph.
And it's illustrated pretty strongly at the end of the episode where Rick and Ellie are sitting on the couch during Krellin's reveal, and he's like, I still think it's too soon.
Yeah.
The only other thing I really want to touch on in this episode is Milo. Milo is an awesome character, and we get him, our first view of him you know, several years after, he's the only human left on Earth. And then we get the flashback to present day, 2016 actually, next year. But and then Milo as a child in a wheelchair. And one of my favorite parts is near the beginning of the episode, and it looks like Milo is watching Independence Day as the Overlords arrive. And I know people watching this episode are going to see this arrival of the Overlords and go, oh my God, they ripped off Independence Day. But no. It's actually the other way around. The beginning of Independence Day with the ships arriving was an ode to childhood's end. So I mean, it sure looked to me like Milo was watching Independence Day when the ships arrived, and I think that's like a reverse ode. Like, hey, you guys did a nod to us, we're going to do a nod to you.
Yeah.
And sticking with Milo, the scene where he got shot by the drug dealer,
oh
who is the wolf
in
The Walking
Dead,
the Morgan,
yes.
that Morgan kept in the cell.
Yes.
When the wolf shot Milo, and the Overlords saved Milo, and in the process of saving him, they healed his legs. For the most part, he still walks with a limp, but they healed his legs as well.
Yeah, that actually, as I was watching, I was like, they're healing all of this stuff, curing people of all these diseases and stuff, and I was like, how come they haven't helped Milo? Because, like, he seems to be very receptive to them, and he's obviously brilliant, and I was like, I don't know who could be more deserving. Like, well, why isn't Milo getting his legs back? And he never questions it.
Yeah.
So I really like that he doesn't question it, and it happens for him anyway after, the crazy wolf. It's because Morgan didn't kill him.
Yeah, it's still Morgan's fault.
It's still Morgan's fault.
It's on a different network in a different universe, and it's still
Doesn't
Morgan's
matter. It's
fault.
still Morgan's fault.
Okay, I think we're going to end the video there. If there's something you think we should have mentioned that we didn't, let us know down in the comments and we can discuss it. Because there is a ton of stuff to discuss in about this show. And the video would be too long if we touched on all of it.
Yes.
So we can talk about it down in the comments. Let us know what you would like to discuss, and we will, absolutely. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to let us know by clicking the like button and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.